welcome back to the Paul on Details channel. Slightly later than usual. Me sound a little bit like Barry White this week, suffering with a man flu. Not been very well lately, so a little bit on the drag this week, so bear with me. And if I start coughing through the video, just, I don't know, fast forward it or something. Anyway, no, don't do that because you'll miss it. Right, on with this week's review, Pyramid Car Care. This is the brand review. This was sent down from County Detailing. I heard a few things about Pyramid Car Care, thought they look fairly interesting products. In a sea of products in the UK at the moment, I'm trying to find something which is slightly different and something sort of stands out from the crowd. So, did this lot stand out from the crowd, or did it sort of fall flat on their face? We will find out in a bit. Anyway, a bit about the products. We've got a citrus pre-wash to go through, put it through its paces. We have an ultra pH neutral shampoo. We have a snow foam, no particular order obviously. So whack in the lance. We also have an interior cleaner, that one, which can be used on fabrics, door cards, all that sort of stuff. And I actually use this on the door cards, even though they're not material. It's primarily to use as a fabric stain remover. I actually used it on the plastic trims on the car because, to be honest with you, the seats weren't exactly dirty. And a glass cleaner, and last but not least, a quick detailer pro. So, as usual, me talking far too much and sounding like Barry White. Crack on with the video. So here we go then, sleep deprived, but nevertheless we struggle on. Clean the arches, clean the wheels, get the worst off before you put any products on. Now, primarily, the product I'm going to use, the citrus, is not a wheel cleaner. Obviously, it's not going to give that brightening effect on the wheels, but it's going to rid the grime, or theoretically it should. Around about 8 to 1 in the double action trigger spray this week. I'm not using a pump sprayer, thought I'd give you old trigger sprays an outing. Scrub the tyres, get the wheels cleaned with the Easy Wheel Brush range. And then finish them off with a wheel mitt of your choice, or a wash mitt, or one of these cheap Chinese mitts, readily available on Fleabay or Amazon, I believe. They work out about £1.20 each, bargain. So looking pretty good. Had a nice frothing, foaming effect on the wheel. I thought I'd pay a particular attention to the neglected areas of the car around the filler cap, using the hog's hair brush and the citrus. Decent results from this so far. Looking nice and crispy clean. I thought I'd work my way around the door shuts. You can already see it removing the dirt. So this was exciting stuff. Come on, go down the side of the car. Ready for the snow foam, the worst affected areas on the tailgate. Pay particular attention, give it another coat, so allow it to start to eat away. Then it's time for the snow foam. So quite a bit of snow foam in this, 200 ml they say, which is double what I normally put in, easily double. Worked out fairly thick. So I was hoping for good things. So you want to give this around 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Pretty cold day on the day. The sun was out briefly, but it wasn't warm. Even though I'm wearing two big thick t-shirts. No, I haven't put on 3 stone, I just wear baggy t-shirts. So you can already see some of the grime starting to work its way down the door. So this was looking up. Was this going to be an easy pre-wash? No. That tar, which I did remove, that is grime. Still sitting there. Yet, however, it seems to attack the bug grime or dirt, bird shite, whatever that was. So it's time for a rinse down. Now, on this part, it's starting to look pretty good for a pre-wash. Remember, this is not traffic film remover. And I thought, hello, this is looking pretty good. A few bit streaky there. You just about to see some streaks there on the left, which is a bit of a concern at this point. So I started whipping around the back of Noddy's car, and this happened. Not a lot. Just didn't seem to remove it. It just seemed to sit there. So I started agitating it. Yes, in the comment section, this causes swells. I know, don't worry, it's a hog's hair brush. It's not a wire brush. In the end, it was neat. I had to use it neat. My heart was sinking at this stage. Was I ever going to get this car looking better? As you can see, look, half and half. It sort of rids it, but it's still there, if that makes sense. Still some grime there. So I moved on to the shampoo stage. A nice generous glug of shampoo. Foams up lovely, and it's got a nice gliding action. Quite pleasant to use, this stuff. Has decent cleaning power on the rest of the residue which was left. So it's starting to look white again. So another rinse down. And then it was on to this. This is the QD, the quick detailer. A light spritz on the panel. And this is where everything was okay again. It was starting to look glossy. It was looking clean. It was looking fresh. This has got a nice feel to it, this stuff. Very sort of, ooh, lovely. Nice pervy feel of the old car there. It's got a nice slippery, slidey action applying it. And it's got a decent level of gloss. And it's good on chrome. So up to 6 weeks they're saying for this, which is quite a tall order for a quick detailer, but that's what they're saying. 6 weeks of protection. And then it was the glass stage. So a light spritz on the panel and then work it in. Now I did notice at this stage it wasn't exactly flashing off that quick. Flip the towel over, yet again, not brilliant. So I decided to do the rear, yet again with the same towel, and then swapped it. For the trusty Kirkland, and this was brilliant, this worked. Come to the door cards, they're not particularly dirty. This is the interior cleaner. So agitate it with a brush, obviously it's speeded up. Work your way in to the affected areas. And then wipe off the product with a microfiber. I did, however, find a dirtier area, and this is the kick panel as you get into the car. You can see some discoloration there from the dirt. Door shuts looking nice and clean, so the Citra seems to work on that part of the car, or those areas. So this interior cleaner is supposed to be for fabrics, but I chose to use it on the plastics and it still worked. And this is the end result. Okay then, so mixed results on the Ford KA. Overall, it came good in the end. Let's just talk about these products. Okay, so we've got this citrus pre-wash. Now, oddly enough, as you saw on the bonnet, it started eating away at the bugs, which is great. This is brilliant. And on the wheels, it made a fairly good job. It's not a wheel cleaner. Obviously, it's good for tyres, that sort of thing. Primarily, you'd use this, as it says, as a pre-wash to rid the grime, to soften up the dirt, and to make it far easier when the snow foam goes over the top, because the snow foam acts as a blanket, seals it all in, and then you hit it with a pressure washer, and then it all comes off. Now, on the side of the car, on the rear passenger side, it seemed to work okay to a degree. It still left some grime on there. But on the rear of the car, it just didn't work. And I've got to be honest about this. I mean, there's no point in using some sort of camera trickery. You saw by the video, it just didn't seem to break down that dirt. It's always going to be the worst part about the cars. My car's terrible for it. Most hatchbacks are terrible for it. On the boot, it just curls around the sides of the car and it just ends up on the back of the car. It just didn't really work. Didn't want to put it through the snow foam lance, because it actually can dilute the product. What they're saying is you can top up your snow foam, which is okay if it works. This, however, it just didn't work for me. I ended up using it neat to get the results I was after. And I actually used quite a bit of tar remover on the car, which has got nothing to do with the review, but that sort of did the trick in the end, because I was getting quite frustrated. So for me, guys, I'm really sorry, but that seems to be, it needs to be a lot stronger. Whether my dilution rates are wrong in the trigger spray, I very much doubt it. When you have to use something neat, you know, it's sort of think, well, what's going on here? So for me, didn't really like the citrus. So sorry about that, but there you go. Next we had the snow foam. Right, where are we? If I can find it, on the shelf. There you go. So the snow foam, what they're saying is 200 ml of product in the lance. That to me is a lot of product. I've got snow foams here which I can use 50 ml. Golden Bird Detail, I can get away with 50. AM Details, possibly. There's several others. There's a lot of product, and it obviously is going to be thick, because that is an enormous amount of product to put in a lance. In my personal opinion, it's quite a lot. That's 2 inches of product in a 1 litre bottle. And then you start adding the citrus, you're going to end up with quite a lot of products. So yeah, it did cling, and it was fairly thick. Certain areas it worked, the rest of it, I mean, on the plastics it was great, but on the actual, yeah, again on the tailgate and down the sides, it just didn't do anything. So for me, we're not doing very well here, but the snow foam wasn't that great for me. Then it came down to the Ultra Shampoo, juggling bottles here. Let's put that one down there. This, however, was really nice. It's got a nice gliding action. It foamed up really well. It didn't die in the bucket. For me, the shampoo was nice and used, pH neutral, wax safe, sealant safe, generally fairly good stuff. Well, that was good. When it came down to the glass cleaner was all right, and then I switched cloths, and then it sort of did the trick. I started off and it didn't seem to flash off very quick, and it was a little bit smeary, and I suddenly flipped over to another towel, and then it did its, you know, did the business, as it were. So that was fairly good stuff, the glass cleaner. The interior cleaner, we're going through these rather quick, sorry, because I want to get down to the good stuff. And the interior cleaner seemed to foam up really well. It was good, agitated. I'd like to see it on a fabric. Sorry I didn't use it on the fabric, which I should have done really, but it just wasn't dirty enough. But on the door cards and down the bottom where you get in the car, that kick part seemed to work reasonably well. Now, the star of the show for me for the day was the quick detailer. When I got down to after doing the 2 bucket wash, I thought, oh, I can start to see a bit of an improvement now. The grime is going. And when it came down to this bit, I thought, at last, the instantaneous gloss. And this is really, really smooth. I mean, you saw me sort of touching the panel. Once you put it on, you just buff it off, and it's very, very easy to use. For me, this was the product of the day. This is the Quick Detailer Pro. So this and the shampoo, probably the standout products. Comes in third, the interior. I'm afraid to say the last two was the snow foam and the citrus. For me, they just didn't work on the day. If you've had any experience of these, you think I'm using them wrong, please put your comments in. It was a little bit frustrating towards the end of the day, but this, however, lifted my spirits. So did they stand tall like the pyramids, or did they fall flat on their arse? I think they fell on their knees, to be honest with you. Overall, the products need a little bit more oomph. They need a kick up the arse. It got to the stage, it was like a sulky teenager. It just refused to work. Could be me, but I tried several attempts in different ways, and on the whole, some of the range just didn't seem to work for me. And I have to be blatantly honest, there's no point in doing a review and going, yeah, thanks guys, everything was brilliant. It was really, really good. Overall, the car looks fantastic at the end. I mean, it happens to be my father-in-law's car, and he was blown away. He's like, it looks new, but it took a while to get there. And I have to say, this stuff was a crowning glory. So the QD is a winner. Thanks to County Detailing and Pyramid Car Care. It's a little bit of a mixed review, I know. It's not the best stuff I've ever used, I have to admit. And you saw there is no camera tricks here at all. It's just me and a camera, and go for it. That's it. What you see on camera is a true representation of the products. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. If you want to get involved with the comments, please put them in below. All the website links for the products for County Detailing and Pyramid Car Care will be listed underneath the video, along with the social media links for me and these guys. So next up, we were going to do the detailing factory brushes this week, but that is coming up in a later video, so tune in for that one. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one.